We've finally made it. Just on time. The sun is setting on the horizon. Would you like to watch it? Yes? Wonderful. On the way, you can tell me what you think about our journey thus far. It was only a day-long trip thanks to your cooperation. You've had fun. Well, that is nice to hear. I suppose I could say I've had fun as well. Traveling with you has been pleasant. I certainly hope I get the privilege to do so with you again in the future. For certain, you say. I look forward to the day then. This is the most I've enjoyed myself in many moons. I believe Chef Shangling was correct. I do need to learn how to let go more often. Being around you has brought out a side of me that I haven't encountered since childhood. I still rather seem serious to you. Really? I did not think so. I haven't had to fight for a day or so, and it's taken a great deal of tension off my shoulders, both literally and metaphorically. It was like a break. Some time away from the daily activity that I feel induces, as much as I hate to say it, grumpiness, for a lack of a better word. You make me feel alive again. I haven't felt an ounce of bitterness since we left the city all that time ago. You're like a breath of fresh air. We're here. From the top of this hill, we can watch where the sun sets and the moon rises. It's just at the side of the city, so we don't have to walk later on. I don't want you overexerting yourself tonight. We've come far enough, and you'll need your rest for the morning. I won't be here to accompany you tomorrow, after all. I never told you. I've got business to attend to back in the city, and you have your things to deal with here. After I drop you off at your place of residence, I really must get going. Why the saddened expression? It is not as though this is the last time we will see one another. You are welcome inside of the winery any time, and I'll be there at your request. But for now, I have to get back to work. Though I do love the time that we spend with one another, I can't stay away for too long. Yes, I know it may be disheartening to hear I'm going back to the stressful thing you've gotten me away from, but believe me, it is for good reason. I cannot leave the safety of Mondstadt, or of any nation, to be compromised and left in the hands of the Knights of Favonius. Apologies. I never thought my absence would make you feel that way. Please, try not to look so sad. Listen to me for a moment. I know this is sudden. I intended to inform you earlier on our trip, but we ran into Chef Shangling and it slipped my mind. I was enjoying myself too much to think of leaving you. Disappointing you was not my intention. The sunset is beautiful. It reminds me of us in a way. Or rather, its presence is far too symbolic in nature. The sun watches over us in the day and vanishes in the night. In its stead is the moon, and it's setting at the time where we must say our farewells, but we will meet again when it rises. If not tomorrow, or the days after that, then it will be some morning far after. This is not goodbye. Please, I do not want you to feel as though I'm abandoning you. I truly have had the most amazing time here on this trip with you. The only thing stopping me from traveling further is the fact that duty calls. Is there any way I can prove this to you? I do not want to leave a bitter taste in your mouth. My goal is to have you visit me again. When things have calmed down on your end, I'll make you the best quality grape juice, and we can sit and chat about what's happened and... One more night. With me, you mean? Sorry, that question sounded a bit dense. I was just surprised that was your answer. If it is another night that you want, I will happily stay with you. Though there is no promise I will be here by sunup, I would be more than pleased to spend another night with you. I believe it would be a fine way for us to spend the last of my time in the city. You are all right with that outcome? Good. So long as it keeps you happy, I'll do my best. I'm not quite sure what it is about you. You're some missing piece in my life. That was not too bold of me, was it? I hope I'm not making you uncomfortable with my words. Do tell me if it becomes too much. I suppose there is just a lot on my mind. You enjoy it? My self-expression. That is nice to hear, yes? I am not used to feeling comfortable enough to let myself be heard, but you have a certain warmth to you. It is a comforting feeling, one that makes me feel as though I could trust you with anything. Perhaps it has just been the right person in the right place at the perfect time, or maybe I've grown a liking to you. I am not sure. I've never felt this way before, about anything. It is new and a bit scary. How come? Well, I don't want to leave you. I want to stay with you for as long as I can. Nothing has ever made me consider leaving my work post before, especially not in the way that you have. I wish to travel the world with you, protect you at each turn. I want to watch you grow as a person, complete the goals you've told me about. And, most of all, I want to be closer to you. Simply being around you lifts my spirits. I feel more fulfillment here than I have at any job or in any position. I feel happy. Genuinely happy. I wonder though, do you feel the same? You needn't spare my feelings if not. We have not known one another for too long, so it would be completely expected that you do? Wow. That was not the answer I expected to that question. I was hoping that by hearing you say no, it would make me leaving you alone in the morning less saddening for me. But perhaps it will be the case either way. Hearing that you will be longing for my presence in the way that my heart has learned to ache for yours will motivate me, in a way. The sun is no longer with us. Night has begun. Are you ready to check into your room for the night? Yes, I will be coming with you. I promise. I'll be here at least until you drift off. Being the last thing you see before morning would be an honor. So, are you prepared? Very well. Let us go. Why the expression? I noticed it. Something is weighing heavy on your mind, I'm assuming. You can tell me. I feel I've revealed enough embarrassing information tonight to prove that nothing you say will be used against you. It is safe. I see. All right. Well, understand your concern. I will miss you as well, but it won't last forever. Whatever brought you to Mondstadt will surely bring you back, even if the thought of visiting me never crosses your mind. It will? And you're sure? I pray to the Archons that you're correct then. I'll be looking forward to it. We've arrived. I'm glad you've picked accommodations on the outskirts of the city rather than within its confines. As much as I love and appreciate the culture of the city, I need some time between places to reset my mind. I'll enter after you. It's a nice place. What made you pick this room over the other ones offered to you? The inn was too far and you like the view in this one in particular? It is just above the city. The lights and bustle of a large city at night are a nice backdrop for resting. I agree with your choice then. They even have a fire going for us already. How hospitable. Please, let me get your coat for you. I'm sure the 2 days long journey has you rather exhausted. I haven't walked that distance in quite some time. How are you feeling? All right. As long as I'm here. That's a lot of responsibility for one man, but I accept. If my presence is truly that comforting to you, I'll do my best to keep it that way. You should get good sleep tonight. But before we doze off, I wanted to talk about something. I was just wondering, do you think it's odd? The feelings I harbor for you, I mean. I've never been so inclined to watch over one single individual. It's this strong sense of purpose. Happiness, yes, but something more as well. It is almost impossible to properly describe the tug that's felt within my heart every time you smile. It's like an addictive tingle. Hard to explain fully. Although I would not typically ask about this sort of thing, I feel it's affected me both physically and mentally to the point where searching for an answer takes priority. So, what do you think this feeling is? I've ruled out simple, friendly connection as I've met many a traveler in my lifetime, and not one has made me feel this way, but it still feels like something connected to the relationship we hold. You think it's... No, that couldn't be, yet somehow that feels the most fitting. This is a development. I didn't think this would go in such an interpersonal direction. If we're going with that conclusion, what do you think about it? I do not think I have enough experience to confirm or deny your assumption, but the thought of it is not displeasurable. You think it sounds nice? Are you serious? Not that I disagree. It's just hard to believe someone would entertain the idea of that sort of relationship with me. You are? Well then, I am not opposed to that notion. Not at all. Well, I think that is enough closure for me. I'm ready to head to bed. Join me? Thank you. You need your rest for tomorrow. From what you've described, there is a great challenge that faces you, yes? You never did go into detail on what that meant. I shouldn't worry over it? Very well. I trust your judgment. But really, if you need to discuss it with someone, I know a thing or two about familial drama and relationship problems. Perhaps I could one day be of assistance to you? You think I've helped enough? No, I beg to differ. All I've done was escort you here. Your physical well-being is important, yes, but the stability of your mind is equally as necessary. It's clear this has been bothering you the entirety of our trip. I understand if you wish to avoid the subject for now, but the next time we meet, please fill me in. I'd like to know you're all right. It's a promise? That is good. Are you tired? I do think now is the perfect time to rest our eyes. No? Are you positive? You certainly look tired, and you've cuddled up to me as you did the night past. Are those not signs of exhaustion? They are, but... you don't want me to go. Yes, I did say that. Well, listen. I'll be here until you fall asleep. And right when you wake up. But this does mean I may wake you at dawn. Is that all right with you? There is no guarantee that you will remember our goodbyes. As long as I'm the first one you will see in the morning? You flatter me. But if that's what you want, you've already convinced me to stay the night with you, so I don't see why an hour or so more would dent my schedule. For you, it is worth it. Now, will you rest? I'll be here. You have my word. You're warm. It's nice. Is this how you prefer to rest? In the arms of another, I mean. Or, at the very least, hugging onto something for comfort. I did notice you were holding onto the extra pillow when I woke you in the winery. Is it something of a common habit? It makes you feel safe and cared for. That is agreeable. Holding you this way makes me feel an array of things, but the most notable feeling I'm experiencing is comfort. You fit nicely. It makes me wonder. Nothing. I was just thinking back on past experiences, trying to make sense of them. You're teaching me a lot about myself, and we've only just met. Would you like to make this a common thing? Well, all I mean is that I'd like to spend more nights with you. I could not use safe as the word to describe my feelings. I feel more secure here. You don't judge me. You ask me for very little. It is almost as though all you wish for me to do is exist in your space. And I would like to do so for however long I am able. Much like the way you've asked me to stay here, I want you to stay with me as well. If not physically, at least write me a letter. I'm going to worry about you when I'm away. That is a given. So, although Although I cannot always hear your voice, a messenger bird every now and then would be a lovely substitute. You will? I thank you. Please, rest your eyes while you think of what you will tell me next. Alright? Rest well.